हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु नमोस्तुते। गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी। वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमः ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांता स्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। श्री कृष्ण जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So I offer my obeisances to Sri Radha Govinda Temple, Mangalore, to Srila Prabhupada, and to our President Namanishta Das Prabhuji, and our Mataji, Aishwarya Mataji and Sri Lakshmi Mataji, who are our gurus in this journey of Bhagavad Gita. And I'm starting my presentation. My topic is the yoga processes. Now, first of all, we will see the overview of the yoga processes. In this, we will be having a brief introduction about sinful action, karma kanda, karma yoga, jnana yoga, dhyana yoga, or ashtanga or hatha yoga, and very important is bhakti yoga. Now, what is the yoga? So whenever we think yoga, we listen this word yoga. So what comes to our mind when we think of the word yoga? Vaishnavi Mataji can tell.
Mataji, yoga means physical exercise, meditation, breathing exercise and all.
Yeah. So yoga means nowadays we think that yoga means just fitness or breathing exercise or something like that. Surya Namaskar, posture, breathing technique, or the yoga is done for good health. Or few people they call combination of mind and soul, union with God, concentration, pranayam. So these all things, pious words are coming up on this spiritual platform. Now, we will see what is the yoga. So yoga means connecting with the God. So here in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is telling to Arjuna that what is yoga in chapter number 2, 48 number shloka. Yogastaha kuru karmani sangatyaktva dhananjaya siddha siddhyo samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. So translation, perform your duty equipoised, O Arjuna, abandoning all attachment to success or failure. Such equanimity is called as yoga. So here Srila Prabhupada has explained in the purport that Krishna tells Arjuna that he should act in yoga. And what is that yoga? Yoga means to concentrate the mind upon the Supreme by controlling the ever-disturbing senses. In Bhagavad Gita, chapter number 6, third shloka, in purport, Srila Prabhupada has given the definition of yoga. It is the process of linking oneself with the Supreme is called as yoga, or connecting with the higher consciousness, which may be compared to a ladder for attaining the topmost spiritual realization. This ladder begins from the lowest material condition of the living entity and rises up to perfect self-realization in pure spiritual life. Bhagavad Gita 6.3, purport Srila Prabhupada. Now, before going to further, we will try to understand the destination or the three destination or the three stages of God realization. Before that, I want to ask you the 4 types of Purushartha. like dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Okay, so these are the 4 purusharthas. In dharma, the religious principles, the people follow the religious principles. Then artha comes, the economic development. Then third is kama, means lusty desires, and moksha means finding the destination. So in this world, people try to fulfill all these 4 purusharthas, and there are some people who will try to just fulfill their material desires only, and they will not go to the God realization, or not. They will not try for liberation from this material world. So these are the 3 stages of God realization or destination. That is, first is Brahman, second is Paramatma, and third is Bhagwan. So what is Brahman? So Prabhupada has explained, Prabhupada has given this nice analogy of sun. Okay, so Brahman is just like sun rays or the sunshine that is coming to us on earth. Then Paramatma is like sun disk. But Bhagwan, sun god, Vivaswan, that god. So he is different from the sun rays and he is different from the sun disk. So Brahman is just like sun rays or sunshine. So there is a material world, up above there is a spiritual world, and in between there is effulgence coming from the body of the Lord. The Lord is so effulgent that he is emitting abundant light, and so that effulgence is coming, and these yogis, they feel that they are they are attaining this light, or they are merging into this light. So that is, they try for Sayuja Mukti, and they feel that it is an impersonal form, and it is formless, and it is just light. So they try to merge into this light. So the yogis, Jnana yogis, or they are called as impersonalist. So they try for this Brahman feature of the Lord, and they try to attain this form. Now, second is Paramatma form, who is localized Paramatma. It is a localized feature of the Lord, and Lord has expanded in heart of each and every living entity as Paramatma or Shirodakshai Vishnu. So Dhyana Yogi, basically they try to attain Paramatma stage, or they go till Paramatma stage only. So that is about the Paramatma form. Then third form is Bhagwan form, that is nothing but absolute truth, who is Sat, Chit and Anand. Sat means who is eternal, Chit means consciousness or knowledge, Anand means he is blissful, and he has a very beautiful personal form. So and in the analogy, sun god is explained here. So the Bhakti Yogi, they meditate upon this form of the Lord, that is Bhagwan form. Now this Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagwan, this form is explained in Srimad Bhagavatam as well. Also in Srimad Bhagavatam 1.2.11, Vadanti tat tattva vidas tattvam yajnanam advayam brahmeti paramatmeti bhagavan eti shabdate. Learned transcendentalists who know the absolute truth call this non-dual substance Brahman, Paramatma or Bhagwan. The absolute truth is both subject and object, and there is no qualitative difference there. Therefore, Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagwan are qualitatively one and same. The same substance is realized as impersonal Brahman by the students of Upanishads, as localized Paramatma by the Hiranyagarbhas or the yogis, and as Bhagwan by the devotees. In other words, Bhagwan or personality of Godhead is the last word of the absolute truth. Paramatma is the partial representation of the personality of Godhead, and impersonal Brahman is the glowing effulgence of the personality of Godhead, as the sun rays are to the sun god. Less intelligent students of either of the above schools sometimes argue in favor of their own respective realization. But those who are Perfect seers of the absolute truth know well that the above three features of the one absolute truth are different perspective views seen from different angles of vision. Hare Krishna. Now, before moving forward, we will see what is mean by karma, vikarma and akarma. Karma means actions which are performed in terms of one's prescribed duties as mentioned in the revealed scriptures. Vikarma means actions which are performed by misuse of one's freedom, which directs one to lower life, means papa karma. Vikarma means basically papa karma. And akarma means action which frees one from the cycle of birth and death. That is Krishna consciousness activity. Hare Krishna Mataji. Now, next is, in yoga ladder, first comes, it is not a part of yoga, but anybody starts with the animal life because they do not have any knowledge about scriptures and their actions are against the scriptures, and so they start like a animal life and they have unregulated sense gratification, and this sinful actions is not the part of a yoga ladder, but it defines actions that don't fit into yoga ladder. And second, like animals, what they do, they will have only four duties: sleeping, eating, mating, and defending. So apart from that, they will not think anything. So this consciousness is not there. And same like animals, few of the human beings also act in the four things only: sleeping, eating, mating, and defending. They are not thinking about that. Now, second is Karma Kanda. Karma Kanda is still not a yoga, but the Karma Kandis, they follow scriptures and they look for their own sense gratification. But the very good point here in the Karma Kanda is they follow the scriptures and they have regulated sense gratification. Now, this Karma Kandi means the synonym for Karma Kanda means business or deal with the God. And because the Karma Kandis, they will do a little charity and a little austerity. But in return, they will desire a lot in return. So why they want charity? Because charity will give them fruitive result. And why they want austerity? Austerity for getting material things to enjoy. So they do not have clear concept of Atma or Bhagwan or Dhamma or Dharma. So they will do good so that they will get the good results. And this Karma Kanda is little pious because they believe in Shastras, Vedas, but their main focus is in the material desires. They worship God because of the fear, and they many karmas they will do. Like for example, on TV we see many astrologers or pandits are coming, pujaris are coming. They will come and they will tell, do this puja for the health problem. If you have money problem, do this ritual. If you want proper match, do this ritual. This Rashi, do this ritual. Pray to this demigod. Give this charity. This yagya, do this yagya, do that yagya. So it's like tabular column. Do this activity and get this activity, get this benefit. So it is like business deal, means dealing with God, means I am doing this and you give me this. So that is what. So they are always looking for their own gratification to fulfill the selfish activity. And good part of the Karma Kanda is scriptures are followed. And in Vedas also, there are some substandard Vedic scriptures, means Tantra, Mantra. So these are given by for substandard people, means who just want to have material gain or material benefit. And it is because everyone is not interested in ultimate goal of life. And what is the ultimate goal of life? That is to break the cycle of birth and death and go back to Godhead. So these karma kandis, they are not interested in attaining God. So it is authorized by scriptures, but it is not a part of the highest standard, or it is not a part of the yoga. Now next. And now we are coming to the main topic, that is 4 types of yoga. First is Karma Yoga. Then second is Jnana Yoga. Third is Dhyana Yoga or Ashtanga Yoga or Hatha Yoga. And the fourth and the topmost is the Bhakti Yoga. So we will see in this yoga ladder that anyone starts with the animal life, then they do the Karma Kanda, so they become Karma Kandis. Then comes the Karma Yoga. In Karma Yoga, again, Sakam Karma Yoga and Nishkam Karma Yoga. So fruits of work, fame, because they are interested for the fruit of the work and they want fame or material enjoyment. So they are called as karmis. Then the second is Jnana Yoga. Jnana yogis, they don't want activities. They are accumulating only knowledge from the Vedas and scriptures. So they are called as jnanis. Then third is Ashtanga Yoga. Ashtanga Yoga means yogis try the Ashtanga Yoga for mystic powers, or they can go for they can try for Paramatma feature. And the topmost is the Bhakti Yoga. So here also this it is mentioned that Jnana Yoga is sunshine, Ashtanga Yoga is sun disk, and Bhakti Yoga is enters the Bhakti enters the sun planet. Now, so what is Karma Yoga? So here is the definition of the Karma Yoga. When the linking process is predominantly in fruitive activities, it is called as Karma Yoga. So here Karma Yogis, they have the mentality that I am the doer. Means everything comes from me, everything belongs to me. That mentality is there. That they say aham mameti, means that doership mentality is there. And what is the prerequisite to do Karma Yoga? Prescribed activities based on our varna and ashrama without attachment. So the Karma Yogis, they do their prescribed activities without attachment and based on the varna and ashrama. Now we will see what is varna and ashrama in this shloka first. In Bhagavad Gita, chapter number 4, 13 shloka. Chaturvarnyam maya srishtham gunakarma vibhagashaha tasya kartaram api mam vidya kartaram avyayam. According to the 3 modes of material nature and the work associated with them, the 4 divisions of human society are created by me. And although I am the creator of this system, you should know that I am yet the non-doer, being unchangeable. So in this shloka, Krishna tells that Krishna has made varna and ashrama system. So based on guna karma and not on the caste system. So there is Brahmana, then Brahmanas, then second is Kshatriya, third is Vaishya, and fourth is Shudra. So Brahmana, they are more inclined to the spiritual subject or reading Shastras, and they are intelligent ones. Kshatriyas, they are more on the strength. Vaishyas are business, and Shudra, they do daily wages and they get salary. Means they every day they work and they get salary. So in our current system, we are trained to work like Shudras right from the birth. Now in this, our modern life, we are acting just like Shudras because we are working and we are getting salary. So that is what. And then there are 4 ashramas like Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanaprastha and Sannyasa. So Brahmachari till the age of 25, the person has to remain Brahmachari. Then Grihastha ashram from 26 to 50, Vanaprastha 51 to 75, and Sannyasa starts from 76 years of age. And Sannyasa ashram, he quits the family and lives the renounced life. So, and he starts the bhakti. So in 18th chapter also, it is mentioned about 4 varnas and ashramas, and based on the qualifications and activities. So when we say karma, so that means the activities based on our varna and ashrama. So those are activities based prescribed in the Vedic scriptures. And in this present age, everyone says work is worship, but it doesn't work, right? So in this age, we cannot determine varna and ashrama. And in case of nowadays, love marriage, intercaste marriage, and everything is so much. And they say that love at first sight and divorce at first fight. That is the reason that kids are also confused, because they are unable to understand their varna and ashrama. And varna shankara is happening. So people are confused about their varna and ashrama. So how one can do their prescribed duties, right? So in Bhagavad Gita, chapter number 3, 7th shloka, Krishna explains, on the other hand, if a sincere person tries to control the active senses by the mind and begins karma yoga in Krishna consciousness without attachment, he is by far superior. So, but Krishna is telling, even though you are doing your activities and even though you are fallen soul, but still you are trying or beginning the karma yoga in Krishna consciousness. So it is far superior. Now, next, so karma is of two types. Sakam karma yoga and nishkam karma yoga. So whenever we say karma, karma means actions. When actions will come, reactions will come. So this is a vicious cycle of actions and reactions. So here, what is mean by sakama karma yoga? So when we do work on material platform, that brings good reactions. And and the sakam karma yogis, they are attached with the fruits of action or result. So, and second is Nishkama Karma Yoga. Nishkama means selfless or desireless actions. And they are not attached with the fruits of action or result, but Nishkama Karma Yogis, they are more attached with their karma. So that is the basic difference between Sakama Karma Yoga and Nishkama Karma Yoga. Now, next, second yoga is Jnana Yoga. So what is the definition of the Jnana Yoga? When the linking process is predominantly empirical, it is called as Jnana Yoga. So where analysis of the scriptures is done. And what is the prerequisite to do Jnana Yoga? So completely detached from work and result. So these Jnana Yogis are little better than Karma Yogis because they are completely detached from the work as well as result, and they are free from doership mentality, that they do not think they are the doer. They think that Krishna is the Lord is or some power is there who is doing everything, because they do not believe in God. Also few of the Jnana Yogis. Next, in this shloka, Avyaktadini bhutani vyaktamadhyani bharata avyaktanidhananeva tatra ka paridevana. All created beings are unmanifest in their beginning, manifest in their interim state, and unmanifest again when annihilated. So what need is there for lamentation? So Krishna is asking Arjuna why to lament if everything is going to manifest and manifest and everything is going to annihilate. So that is now these Jnana Yogis, they realize the renunciation of fruit is not helping either at the start, and they are wondering where the fruit are going, and they wonder that where the fruit is going. So that's why they start developing the distaste, and they are more into neti, means I don't want this and I don't want that, and they move from personal concept of the God to impersonal, and they start believing in there is no God. They become atheist, and they think that there is some power. So they are afraid of God form, because when they see that when Rama came, he has to go to exile, or when Krishna came, he has to leave Radharani. So there are sufferings. So means God will not, if the God is there, he will not suffer. So they think that God came in the form and they have to suffer. So they start thinking that God is a power and God will not be bound by three gunas, and they start searching for Brahman feature. And they start searching for Brahman, but they come into impersonal. So they are incomplete because they are meditating upon the impersonal, or they are getting knowledge as the God is impersonal. So that's why it is incomplete. And they get into reading a lot of Vedas and scriptures, and they, out of their mental concoction, they think that God is formless and God is just light, and it's a effulgence, and when we will die, we will merge into the Brahman feature of the Lord. That is what the Jnana yogis think. Hare Krishna. Now, next is Dhyana Yoga. So, what is the prerequisite to do Dhyana Yoga or Ashtanga Yoga or Hatha Yoga? So, the Dhyana yogis are very much better than Karma yogis or Jnana yogis, and they are completely detached from work and results, and they do not have doership mentality. So, that is the very good thing of Dhyana yogi. So here is one shloka in chapter number 6, shloka number 3. Arurukshor muner yogam karma karanam uchyate yogarudasya tasyeva shama karanam uchyate. For one who is a neophyte in the eightfold yoga system, work is said to be the means, and for one who is already elevated in yoga, cessation of all material activities is said to be the means. So, for one who is neophyte in this eightfold yoga system, so to practice yoga, there are two stages. That is yoga rurukshu, means who are the beginner or who are the neophyte. And yoga rudha means perfected dhyana yogis, means they are in the advanced stage of the dhyana yoga. In dhyana yoga, person tries to control artificially his mind, and the it has Ashtha Anga, means Ashtanga Yoga. They follow the 8 limbs. We will see in the next slide. Yeah. So there is Yama, then there is Niyama, then Asan, then Pranayam, Pratyahar, Dharana, Dhyana, and Samadhi. So Yama means don'ts, like how we follow 4 regulative principles. Or for example, during Ekadashi, we will not have anna, and that rice and grains we will not eat. And so that means don'ts, the regulative principles we follow. Then niyama means do's. So for example, during Ekadashi, we can have Ekadashi food, or we can eat the fruits, we can have water, sajal or nirjala, also Ekadashi we can do. So that is niyama. Then comes the asana. Asana means postures. And these postures are for stabilizing mind and body. Then comes the pranayama. Pranayama means breathing control. Prana and ayama. Ayama means control. I'm sorry, Hare Krishna. So this asana and pranayam is for stabilizing mind and body. Next comes the pratyahara. Pratyahara means not to allow any senses with sense objects, means turning inward. And next comes the dharana, dhyana, and samadhi. So dharana, in dharana, the dhyana yogis, they try to focus on Paramatma feature of the Lord. In dhyana, they meditate on the Paramatma feature, and in samadhi, they focus on the Paramatma feature. But the difference in dharana, dhyana, and samadhi is the time, in the dharana stage they might focus for 4 to 6 minutes. In dhyana stage they might focus for 8 to 10 seconds, and in samadhi they might focus for 12 seconds or more than that. So dhyana, dhyana, samadhi, person connects with the Paramatma, and he aspires to connect with the Paramatma. And it is the actual samadhi when the yogi realizes the super soul through transcendental mind and intelligence. Now, next. Sure. In 6th chapter, 11th and 12th shloka, it has been explained that Shucho deshe pratisthapya sthiramasanam atmanah natyuchritam natinicham chailajina kushottaram tatrekangram mana krutva yata chittendriya kriya upavishasane yujya yogama atma vishuddhaye. To practice yoga, one should go to a secluded place and should lay kusha on the ground and then cover it with a deer skin and a soft cloth. The seat should be neither too high nor too low and should be situated in a sacred place. The yogi should then sit on it very firmly and practice yoga to purify the heart by controlling his mind, senses and activities and fixing the mind on one point. So, what is the basic qualification to do or to do this Ashtanga Yoga is to go to a secluded place. Then they should lay a kusha grass. So, Manasvi Mataji, can you tell why these yogis, they lay the kusha grass?
Mataji, I don't know.
Okay, so they lay the kusha grass in a secluded place, because in secluded place what happens, there will be nobody will be around, and there is a fear of insects as well as reptiles might also come. So they lay the kusha grass and they sit on that, and they go to secluded place. So what are the disadvantages of living in a secluded place? Can anyone tell?
Mataji, they even put the deer skin, right? Over the kusha grass?
They put the deer skin, right? So,
Mataji, in the secluded place, there will be no disturbances and there are less chances of getting distracted. Maybe?
yes, Mataji. Yeah. And mind, they try to control mind there, but they get too much attached with the process of doing the yoga, then they forget the purpose why they are sitting in that place. So that happens. So do you know any example who went to any secluded place and what happened with them? Any example?
Mataji, can I tell?
Yeah. Yes,
Yes,
Manasvi
Mataji.
Mataji.
Mataji, Bharat Muni, Saubhari Muni.
Yeah. So what happened with the Bharat Maharaj?
Yes, Bharat Maharaj, he was doing his kingdom and all. Then he found that so much I am doing, so much luxuries I am, and still I am not finding completeness. So he went to the forest to connect with the Lord, to do his devotional service, and he gave the kingdom to his son. So he went to the forest and then he was meditating upon the Lord. He did services to the Lord, but one day he found a deer. He found a deer in the forest, and then he was so attached to it. He brought it home like a pet and kept him like a pet, and he was so attached to it till the end of his life. He was just thinking about the pet, and he just forgot all of his purpose of coming to the forest and making a home in the secluded place and staying here. He just forgot all of that, and when his death time come, then he only thought of the deer, and in the next life he became a deer. But because his bad karma was over, after that in the next birth he become Jada Bharat, and then his family called him Jada Bharat because he was like an idiot. They thought of him like an idiot, and then he got liberated because he did lots of devotional service in that life, Mataji. And about Saubhari Muni, he went inside the water and do his penance.
Yes, Mataji, very, very good. Thank you, Mataji. So, because Bharat Maharaj went to the secluded place and everything happened after that. If Bharat Maharaj would have living with devotees, then what would have happened? Then devotees would have asked him, what are you doing? Why are you not chanting? You are always thinking about the deer and all the time, and you are not doing devotional service. So he might have got guidance on what should be done and what should not be done. So this is the nice example to learn. So without association, yoga becomes very dry. And but when you are in association, you will be motivated to do bhakti or devotional service. And in Saubhari Muni's example also, that he went to ocean and nobody was there around in the ocean, and it was a secluded place. So he saw fishes mating and he got carried away. So these are the examples of going to secluded place and what happens after that. So it is highly impossible. And for doing dhyana and attaining Lord, it's a very time-taking process. And in Kali Yuga, the human life is just 100 years. This dhyana yoga was possible only during Satyuga, where the human life was 1 lakh years. After that, in Dwapar, Treta Yuga, it was 1,000 years, and in the Treta Yuga, it was sorry, I have missed something in that. So during Kali Yuga, it is the age is just 100 years. So it is not possible to go at any place and sitting, and the posture also will not be possible in this age. And yes, Manasvi Mataji.
Mataji, I think in Dwapar Yuga it was 500 years.
In Dwapar Yuga, it was 1,000 years, and Kali Yuga 100 years, and in Treta Yuga it was 10,000 years. So 1 lakh, 10,000, then 1,000 and 100 is the age. The 0, yeah. We have to remove. So then next, so Ashtanga Yoga should be done in a very pure place, and we need the kusha grass. And in Ashtanga Yoga, celibacy is essential, and it is not for householders. And one has to go to a secluded place or a holy forest, and they have to do the austerity of sitting posture. And in this Kali Yoga, it is highly impossible to sit for long hours. So Arjuna also says that it is not possible for me to do Ashtanga Yoga or Hatha Yoga. If you say I will control the wind, but not to, but I am unable to control my mind. It is explained in one shloka, Chanchalahi Mana Krishna. So it is possible, but extreme austerity is required, so much engrossed that gets attached to the process and they forget the purpose, because their purpose is to attain Lord, but they forget the purpose because of the austerity. And they are called as Siddhikami. They go for Adima, Lagima, Mahima, Siddhi. So they can become being small, or they become big. They can walk on water. They fly in the air. So Siddhis are possible, but they are not getting the love of God. So in Chaitanya Charitamrita also it is mentioned that Bhukti Mukti Siddhi Kami Sakala Ashanta Krishna Bhakta Shanta. So Bhukti is not possible, Mukti is not possible, Siddhi Kami, everything is Ashanta. But Krishna Bhakta is Shanta. Hare Krishna. Now comes the Bhakti Yoga. So whenever in 9th chapter, 26th shloka, Krishna is telling Arjuna, Patram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhaktya prayachati tadaham bhakti paruta ashnami prayattatmanah. So, if one offers me with love and devotion a leaf, a flower, a fruit, or water, I will accept it. So, Bhakti Yoga is very simple. When we offer something to Lord, the Bhakti Yoga starts. Or when we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, for once the Bhakti Yoga starts. So, that is what been explained here. Then in 9.27 shloka, Yat karoshi yad ashnasi yajjuhosi dadasi yat tapasyasi kaunteya tat kurushva mad arpanam. So Krishna is telling, whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer or give away, and whatever austerities you perform, do that, O son of Kunti, as an offering to me. So you do means you do karma, but offer everything to me. So it will not bind you. You will not have karma bandhana, but you will have it will be liberating to you. So that is what Krishna is telling in these two shlokas. Now, so when one passes the Ashtanga Yoga and he comes to the point of understanding of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he do not want anything for self, and he work only for the pleasure of the Lord, and the gain here is very permanent. And he tries to engage senses in the service of Lord through 9 processes of devotional service. So in Srimad Bhagavatam, Sri Prahlad Maharaj, he says, Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Padasevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakhyam Atma Nivedanam Iti Pumsarpita Vishnu Bhaktischena Navalakshanaha Kriyeta Bhagavatyadha Tanmanne Adhitam Uttamam Tanmanne Adhitam Uttamam. So Prahlad Maharaj said, hearing and chanting about the transcendental holy name, form, qualities, paraphernalia, and pastimes of Lord Vishnu, remembering them, serving the lotus feet of the Lord, offering the Lord respectful worship with 16 types of paraphernalia, offering prayers to the Lord, becoming his servant, considering the Lord one's best friend, and surrendering everything unto him. In other words, serving him with the body, mind, and words. Karmana vacha, mansa vacha karmana. So these 9 processes are accepted as pure devotional service. One who has dedicated his life to the service of Krishna through these 9 methods should be understood to be the most learned person, for he has acquired complete knowledge. Now we will see the 9 processes of devotional service. So, first is hearing. As Prahlad Maharaj has said, 9 processes of devotional service. First is hearing or Shravanam. Second is chanting. Now, can you tell me examples of Shravanam, Kirtanam? Who attain God by Shravanam, by Kirtanam? Can you tell me any example of Shravanam?
Pradyumna Maharaj.
Yes, Mataji.
Pradyumna Maharaj.
Parikshit Maharaj, Mataji. Parikshit Maharaj.
Parikshit Maharaj. Yes, Mataji. Then chanting.
Mirabai, Mataji.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Yeah. As well as who says every time Narayan, Narayan.
Narad
Muni.
Yeah, Narad Muni is also chanting and remembering Vishnu Smaranam.
Prahlad Maharaj, he always
Yeah,
remembered the Lord.
Yes, yes. Then serving the Lord's lotus feet, that we know, that is Lakshmi Ji. Then deity worship Archanam by Pruthu Maharaj. Then praying Vandanam,
Akrura Mataji.
Akrura or Dhruva Maharaj. Then executing orders means Dasyam by
Hanumanji.
Hanumanji. Yes, serving as a friend by Arjuna. And complete surrender, Atma Nivedanam by
Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami.
Yes, very good. And Bali Maharaj as well, right? So this Bhakti Yoga for rendering Bhakti Yoga, we should have firm faith in the Lord, right? And after the faith or the belief, then we should have a sadhu sangha or association with the devotees, and bhajana kriya, that is performance of devotional service. And then our anarthas will have nivrutti, means our impurities, they will be washed off from our heart. So decreasing of unwanted attachments. Then our nishtha or steadiness in the Lord increases. And after that, we develop the taste, that is higher taste that we develop. Then we become attached with the Lord. Then after attachment, the love for the Lord starts, and then the prema or pure love for Krishna starts, as is exhibited by gopis or by Radharani. So these are the 9 stages of Bhakti Yoga. Hare Krishna. Now, how to progress in Bhakti? So there is A, B, C, D. It is given in Bhakti Yoga. So first is association. So just now we have discussed about living in a secluded place. So when we have association, we try to become like that, and we become firm in our faith. Then second is books. So whenever we read books, actually these books are written by Prabhupada ji or Sanatan Goswami. So these books are like the basis. So from that, by reading books, we become firm in our faith. And chanting, it helps in removing the anarthas from our heart or the impurities from our heart, and it is like direct connection with the Lord. And when we chant, we actually connect with the Lord. So while chanting, we will be sitting. So at the same time, we are also following the Ashtanga Yoga also at the same time. That is Dhyana Yoga. So we are meditating upon the Lord and His name, Shuddha Nam. We try to take Shuddha Nama. Then we do deity worship, right? So whenever we see beautiful deities, our heart also becomes pure, and we feel the vibes from the Lord. Then prasadam is like Krishna. So whenever we eat prasadam, we try to become the pure. And so we have to follow 4 regulative principles also. That is no intoxication, no gambling, no meat eating, no illicit sex. So these are the 4 principles. And chanting 16 rounds, reading books, associating with devotees, deity worship, and eating prasadam. These are the ways to increase our bhakti or to intensify our bhakti. Okay, now we will have a brief idea about yoga. Are you able to see the down this?
What Mataji?
Okay. Because yeah. So karma yoga. They lead principled life and they renounce result of one's work. And knowledge and renunciation increases. Then in Jnana Yoga, person tries to meditate on Brahman feature. In Ashtanga Yoga, meditate on the super soul or Paramatma, a feature of the Lord. Meditation increases here. And the topmost part of the ladder is Bhakti Yoga, where the devotees serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. So Bhakti Yoga is the system that the Gita recommends above all others. It is very simple, pure, and easy to perform. One can begin simply by chanting Hare Krishna. Whenever we will chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. At that process only, the Bhakti Yoga starts. There is no prerequisite or no qualification to do Bhakti Yoga. Anybody can chant. Even a small child can do Bhakti Yoga, or elderly people can also do Bhakti Yoga. Even dog eater, everyone can do the Bhakti Yoga. Hare Krishna. Yeah. So the yoga ladder in this slide also. So how the yoga ladder, how we progress in the yoga ladder from selfish to increase selfish interest, then means that is animal life. Then we go to karma kanda, means pious acts, and it gives rise to purification or knowledge, and it is mundane religion for selfish interest. Then the next step is Jnana Yoga, where knowledge of the self arises. In Dhyana Yoga, Paramatma, meditation on the Supreme Self. In Ashtanga Yoga, Samadhi, absorption happens, right? And then Bhakti Yoga, where when anyone tries to attain Lord Krishna with love. That with love is very important in the Bhakti Yoga, because we are trying to do Karma Yoga also. We are doing Jnana Yoga also, Dhyana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga also in the Bhakti Yoga. So whenever we are sitting for chanting, whenever we are chanting 16 rounds, we are actually doing the Ashtanga Yoga. And whenever we follow Ekadashi fast, then that time we are following Yama Niyama, right? So Dhyana Dharana also we try to do during our chanting, and we try to take knowledge through the scriptures, Vedas, and we do karma, but the devotees, they do karma, but they offer the fruit to Lord. They will not keep the fruit or action. Everything they offer to the Lord. Now, here we can see in Karma Kanda, the person tries to follow the scriptures. They act according to the scriptures. In Karma Yoga, they follow scriptures and they try to follow the detachment. Then Jnana Yoga, they try to follow scriptures, detachment and knowledge, and they try to take knowledge also. In Dhyana Yoga, follow scriptures, detachment, knowledge and meditation. And but in Bhakti Yoga, they follow everything: scriptures, detachment, knowledge, meditation, as well as they love God, right? Now, which yoga is okay? So here 3 examples are given: elevator, stairs and escalator. So which yoga is elevator or lift? Yes, Manasvi Mataji.
Bhakti Yoga, Mataji. Is it Bhakti Yoga?
Yeah. And stairs is just like
Mataji, Ashtanga Yoga.
Ashtanga Yoga.
yes, Mataji. And escalator?
Karma Yoga.
Yes, Mataji. Very good. Thank you, Mataji. So, elevator or lift is just like Bhakti Yoga, means where in a second we can connect with the Lord. Only the means is to chant his holy name, right? So, in which yoga are you now? So, tell me, in which yoga you are now?
Mataji, can I tell?
Yes, Mataji.
Bhakti Yoga, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. So we are trying to follow Bhakti Yoga, right?
Mataji,
So,
we are also in Gyan Yoga because we are acquiring knowledge about Bhakti Yoga.
yeah,
And
so
when
that
we
is what,
implement it, when we
yes, yes,
implement it fully,
yeah. So we try to follow all yogas in Bhakti Yoga, right? We do karma, we try to acquire knowledge, we do while chanting for 16 rounds. So we will be following Ashtanga Yoga also, right, Mataji? So in a nutshell, when the linking process is predominantly in fruitive activities, it is called as Karma Yoga. And when it is predominantly empirical, it is called as Jnana Yoga. And when the linking process is in meditation, it is called as Dhyana Yoga. And when it is predominantly in a devotional relationship with the Supreme Lord, it is called as Bhakti Yoga. So to develop the love and relationship with Krishna in the Kali Yuga, recommended by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is hearing and chanting. So here one shloka, Hare Ranama, Hare Ranama, Hare Ranama eva kevalam, kalo nasteva nasteva, eva nasteva gatir anyatha. So in this age of Kali, there is no other means, no other means, no other means for self-realization than chanting the holy name, chanting the holy name, chanting the holy name of the Lord Hari. It is written in Brihat Naradiya Purana 38.126. So hearing and chanting is very, very important. And so we should keep on hearing the glories and pastimes of the Lord. So Bhakti Yoga starts with hearing. Rukmini ji, she just heard about Lord Krishna and she attained Krishna. So hearing is very important. So whatever you may be doing, whenever you are cooking, walking, driving, hear kirtan or some lectures or just memorize the shlokas. Hare Krishna Mataji. So let's chant one round of Hare Krishna all together. Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
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 Rama, Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji, for giving me this opportunity. And please forgive me if I have done anything, a mistake or anything. Thank you, Mataji. Should I stop sharing?
Yes, Mataji. You can stop. Yes, Hare Krishna, Mataji. Very nicely you have presented and very nice topics. Yes, if anybody has questions, they can unmute and ask.
Hare Krishna, Dipali Mataji. Your presentation was beautiful, Mataji. It's so nice. I was just absorbed in the presentation, Mataji, and I was learning step by step everything, Mataji. It was very understandable. I could understand every part. There's one question, Mataji. You were one place in the Ashtanga Yoga, you were saying Anima Lagima. What is that, Mataji?
Means they become big or small in size. The body, the yogis, they because they get siddhis now after these yogas, so they try to become big or small. That is what they get siddhis, or they try to fly in the air.
Yes, Mataji. It
Rest,
comes in the
rest.
8 siddhis, Mataji.
Huh? Yes, Mataji.
Mataji, it comes in the 8 siddhis, right?
Yeah, that we will have to ask to Sri Lakshmi Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. Siddhis in that Anima, Lagima, all of these things.
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, but all Krishna has. Krishna is Yogeshwara. He has everything.
Yes, Mataji.
Vaishnavi Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Very beautiful presentation and very calmly you presented it. And even the slides were very nice. And you explained everything very nicely and deeply you went into deep. That was really nice. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Vaishnavi Mataji. Thank you, Manasvi Mataji.
Any questions you have, Mataji? Vaishnavi Mataji.
No, Mataji.
Yes, Hare Krishna. Yes, Mataji, very nicely you have presented. And
Thank you, Mataji.
very nicely all the presentations and everything. It was wonderful and systematic way you have gone through. The only thing is the time lapse. So duration was 1 hour. So try to make it shorter because yes, in class and all we take 1 hour because the duration itself is 1 hour. But as we already informed, like 30 minutes can be the maximum. So and that can be done. Huge explanation, but yeah, whatever you have gone through, it's very nice, very detailed way you have told each and every step, and yeah, all these things like everything you have noted, and also you have told from the purpose of Srila Prabhupada from each book. That was also very nice, and the pictures were also very nice. The analogy and the questioning and everything, and that's nicely you have done. And yeah, you have answered also very nicely to the question. For me, that one thing I just wanted to ask that if Krishna wanted only bhakti yoga, and he tells, right, yoginam api sarvesham madgater antaratmana. That's my devotees are the best. That means whoever does devotional service to me are the best. So then why does he give Ashtanga yoga process? He tells it's not even give the 6th chapter for us to the people of Kali Yuga.
Mataji, I think there are people of different kinds, and because this is a step-by-step process, and people have to grow up to learn and think and realize that they have to come above the sense gratification, and then only they can think about the Lord, right, Mataji? So that is why Lord has given these different step-by-step yogas to different kinds of people.
Okay. And especially for Kali Yuga, because when we tell normally to people, chant Hare Krishna and everything will be solved. And when we tell, if you chant Hare Krishna, you can go back to Godhead. People normally what they do, what is this chanting Hare Krishna? If somebody chants, can they really go back to Godhead? And they'll try to do Ashtanga yoga, Siddhis, and all of that yoga, Babas, and all of that. So just to inform them that Bhakti Yoga is the topmost, Krishna gave this one extra chapter, Ashtanga Yoga, so that at the end of the chapter he tells, right, Yoginam api sarvesham. That means of all the yogi till now I have explained. Even in the 4th chapter, he already explained about Jnana Yogas also. So all these yogas are useless, Archana. Only Bhakti Yoga is perfect. Then he starts from the 7th chapter about Bhakti Yoga, and he starts speaking about that. Okay, that's very nicely even you told, right? And it's nice answer. And yeah, all other were nice. Yes, Vaishnavi Mataji.
Mataji, sorry to interfere. I just want to ask Dipali Mataji. She has mentioned some ages in Varnashrama. Some age she mentioned. Can she explain that once again? I'm giving her a little trouble.
Yes, Mataji.
Some
Yeah.
ages she mentioned for Varnashrama.
Yes, Mataji, I have mentioned in ashramas, means 4 ashramas are there, na? So brahmachari means they have to follow celibacy till the age of 25, right? So and after that, if they want to continue brahmacharya or celibacy, they can. But if they want to go into grihastha, then the age is 26 to 50 years. And then next is vanaprastha, means one we say na 51. So 51 years means one. Then they have to go to vanaprastha, and at the age of 76 they have to take sannyas, and they have to quit the family, and they have to live a renounced life. And that is what Mataji is. These are the ages.
Mataji, sorry to interfere, but in early ages, Like
It was possible, but
like the kids only in the, what do you say? They used to get married very early only. So is it correct, Mataji? Like it's my doubt. I'm just asking you.
I think Sri Lakshmi Mataji is the best to answer this question.
I didn't get you, Mataji, the question. Vaishnavi
Mataji,
Mataji.
like Dipali Mataji explained some age, so
No.
for first she said something like Mataji 15 years, na Mataji? How much you said?
0 to 25 years, they have to follow brahmacharya.
Mataji, really sorry, but in early ages, like few years back, in Hindu people also, like in Sanatana Dharma also, kids used to get
Yeah,
married.
yeah, our grandparents, they used to get married early only. But this karma yoga, Lord has
Okay,
explained
I got
about.
your point. I got your point. Yeah, the thing is, yes, they used to fix up the marriage earlier, but
Your voice is breaking.
that means that this was during satis were done. Like 25, they have given the freedom to get. They can go to vanaprastha. Sorry, as a lifetime brahmachari, they can go to that. If their parents have been already, they are not married in the sense they won't live together. This is just nowadays they started doing it, but I don't think so. 25 till 25 years before, during Treta Yuga and Dwapar Yuga, that even the life ages, it used to differ. No, today we have 100 years. Before it was different age, 200 years, and before that something like thousands of years of gap. So they used to match the couple and keep it. They are not. They were married in the sense when they were child only. They supposed to get married, and then the girl will stay in the girl's home, in her family, and the boy will stay in the boy's home. They won't meet until the boy crosses the age of 25. They won't meet. If he wants to continue as brahmachari, he has the freedom to do that. So that's only when they are sent to Gurukul. So when they are sent to Gurukul, they will practice brahmacharya. After that, they have a decision to get married or not. So this age of 25, I have not heard. But yeah, somewhere Prabhupada tells that till the age of 25, they are supposed to be in brahmachari ashram. Maybe this is for only for Kali Yuga people, not. I don't know about the ages and everything, but about the marriage and everything, or children marriage or young people, they used to get married. It was Prabhu, and he was telling that the girl and the boy, they will be fixing up the marriage, and then uh, goes up to the age of 25. It's not necessarily that they have to cross 25 and then they have to get married. Goes up to the age of 25. If the family members and the boy wills, yes, I'll get married in the age of 15, then yes, they can break it up. But still, after 15 also, they used to be like only for the purpose of begetting children, they used to get together, and other times they will be performing grahastha brahmacharya if the boy wills it. So up to the age of 25, it's not necessarily to be 25 as such. But then now, if you are coming through brahmacharya, so however in Kali Yuga it's not possible. So at least for this age of 25, one has to follow brahmacharya practice if they are they want to do the really devotional service and all of that. So Prabhupada in his one of the lecture, he tells that in the Vedic scriptures, the life of the brahmachari begins from the age of 5 of the age and goes up till the age of 25 of age. So after which the decision is continued to be like a celibate life or to go to the next ashrama is made. That's grahastha ashrama. So this is there, but I don't know really the concept of child marriage or anything like that. just to get married earlier. I don't know about the earlier stage, but whatever Prabhupada has told, that's there in the he has told in his books. You can ask to some senior devotees. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Voice is audible.
Yes, Mataji. In between it was breaking, but
Okay. Yeah. Hare Krishna, Mataji. I may not be able to answer you properly, but because I don't have knowledge on this, maybe those who have much knowledge about these Vedic signs and everything, you can ask to them, the senior devotees. But I don't have any knowledge about
Actually, I heard
Yes,
this for the first time. For the first time, I'm hearing this, so I wanted to know more about it. Like
What?
I heard this age of Varnashrama, what Mataji explained.
Okay.
So
This is set for only for Kali Yuga people, I guess. Because different use there. This is set for Kali Yuga, and especially ISKCON, they follow this. Until you get age of 25, if they are full-time brahmacharis, they are given freedom. So you will get married, or you will be staying as brahmacharya whole life. One is called Naistika Brahmachari, one is called Grahastha Brahmacharya. Vedic times they used to follow this same rule. That means 25% of their life in the beginning, they will be, it may be any age, 25% you have to follow the Naistika Brahmachari. That means all the women around you should be like a mother, not as a wife or anything. It should be like a mother. And later you can have your decision that after 25 to 50 years, you can get into the married life as a Grahastha Brahmachari, or you can just become a Naistika Brahmachari, that means full-time Brahmacharya. So any of these both. And after that, after next 25%, that comes to the cover of half a percent of your lifespan. And then another 25% till 75 years old, it's Vanaprastha. With your wife, you're going out. That means you're not connected to any material opulence or anything. You're going out of your home, and you will be in Vana. That means in the forest, you will be doing your life. So obviously it's not it cannot be followed in Kali Yuga. But still, if you go to Vrindavan and Mayapur, there are so many devotees who are living as Vanaprasthas. That means they are living with the wife, but they have only two work with the wife, only to read Bhagavatam and do chanting. Only two work they are doing. Reading Bhagavatam, a husband will read, the wife will listen, and she will read, husband will listen. That's all old couples that are staying in Vrindavan, around Vrindavan temple, you can see, or in Mayapur also you can see. Around Mayapur there are various ashramas, small cottages, where Vanaprastha couple, they live together, and they, after 50s, they can be like, when they are old, they'll be reading and preaching about Krishna. And after that, the husband takes sannyas if he wills. If not, in Vanaprastha stage only, he can leave his body. So in this way, a devotee can not be attached to one thing. Today there are two people, Grahastha and another one. Who is it? Grahastha and another one category.
Grahamedi.
Very good, Grahamedi. So there are two people. So who are Grahamedis?
They do everything that whatever they are doing, everything is done only for their children, their wife, their family, their friends. They are only associated. There is no connection with God. They are doing nothing for satisfying Lord or to pleasing the Lord's senses, and doing regulatively following the what the scriptures mentioned for grahast. But they believe that whatever endeavors they are doing, they do it only for their family, wife, children, and all,
Yes.
and for their own satisfaction.
Yes, Graheshu Grahamedina, right? That's what the Bhagavatam says about Grahamedis. That means they think that everything is belonging to them, and they are the enjoyers, and they'll be first thinking that this person is mine. Then they'll think that this everything belongs to me. Then as another person involves in their life, that means a husband or a wife, they start making prioritize. Aham mameti comes, that means mine, my children, my wife, our home, and everything. First, when we do family planning, first is the home, right? To beget children, and then when children come, then for expenses and all of this comes. So that comes to an end of grahamedi, that means mine and myself. So that's called Grahamedi. So that's what Prabhupada always says, that we should not be like Grahamedis. Devotees are not Grahamedis. They are not thinking only about their thing, but they are always God centered. That means Krishna will be in center of their home. Whatever work they are doing, Krishna will be in center. So that becomes Grahastha. So today we can't see this Grahastha principle in Kali Yuga, because until you become a devotee, you can't keep Krishna in center. And until you keep Krishna in center of your family or life, center does not mean I'll sit around Krishna, all family members, and Krishna's Vigraha will be center. Not that center. Center means what? Krishna should be in mind. Whatever we are doing in the home, whatever the person is doing, everything should be for Krishna. So that's called Grahastha. So that's what here even the Ashtanga yogis and all of that, they're trying to renounce from everything. But yes, as it's not so easy to get renounced. So what is the best thing? They think if we get renounced, then only we'll reach the supreme destination. But what does so detachment is very difficult. So how can I easily detach from Maya? Easily get detached from Maya? How can I do that?
Mataji, and what is Grahastha Brahmachari? I have heard this for the first time.
Yeah, that later we'll see. Now just tell me, what do you mean by that means what is the easiest way to get detached? Easiest way to get detached from all of these things?
Becoming Krishna conscious.
Yes. How?
Mataji, by
Becoming Krishna
chanting Hari Nam, by whatever measures Prabhupada has mentioned for us, by association of devotees, by chanting, by visiting the dhams, then reading Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, all Krishna scriptures, and eating prasadam.
Okay.
That way we can try to loosen the strings of Maya and get rid of it someday by Lord's mercy.
So basically, the easiest way to get detached from Maya is to get attached to Krishna. And now attachment to Krishna, it's kind of a difficult thing, because we are easily we have to get attracted, right? Like a magnet gets attracted. The iron, small iron stalks easily get attached to the magnet. Similarly, the easily the living entity should get attached to Krishna. If somebody is not getting attached to Krishna, then something is wrong with that person. So easily we should get attached to Krishna. But why it is becoming difficult? Because the iron is rusted now. That's why. So Maya is covering us, like iron is covered by the rust. Similarly, Maya is covering the living entity, and that's why it's not getting attached. So as we do sadhana, as we increase our sadhana, as we increase association of devotees, what happens? We get attached to Krishna. Okay. And Grahastha, as Mataji asked, what is Grahastha Brahmachari? Grahastha Brahmachari is you're living with a wife, You are doing celibacy. You are living like a brahmacharya, but with a wife. That means only thing you are sexually having something connection with the wife only for begetting Krishna conscious children, not for anything, not for own pleasure. That's called grahastha brahmacharya. Okay, I have another class now. Okay, yeah, we can end, I guess. Jyoti Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji,
Another
Dandavat
class.
Pranam, Hare Krishna to all. Mataji, like you were saying, na, how to get detached from the world. I wanted to say Arjuna was attached to his family. That's why he was confused regarding fighting the battle. And Krishna said, "Oh Arjuna, fight it for me. Don't think about success or failure. Do it for my sake." So the
Okay.
only way to get detached from the world is to surrender. Like Arjuna, he said that na in Shaloka Karpanya Dosho
Yes,
Upahata
yes.
Swabhava. He surrendered. So to get detached from the world, we have to surrender first of all fully, and then we have to do
Yes.
every task for Krishna.
Okay. Yes,
Whatever
got it.
relation.
Yes, got
Okay.
it. Yes, thank you, Mataji. Yes, Krishna, Arjuna was not attached, he was made attached by Krishna. So yes, okay, we'll end the class now. Vancha kalpatarubhischa kripasindhu bevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Anantapoti Vaishnavindiki